Chosen one. You did not arrive here by chance. Heaven has drawn you into this moment with deliberate precision, a divine appointment written long before you ever pressed play. Anointed one, you are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift, the edge of a financial breakthrough that has already begun in the unseen realm. The same God who said, "I am doing a new thing," is now positioning you for divine increased provision and transfer. Feel your spirit awaken. Something holy is moving toward you. Prepare your heart. Chosen one. What is being released over your life is no ordinary blessing. Chosen one, listen with your spirit, not just your ears. Something is moving around your life that is not emotional, not circumstantial, not coincidence. Heaven is shifting the unseen structures of your destiny, and this time it is not only about healing or comfort. It is about transfer, elevation, and divine promotion. You are stepping into a realm where God does not simply restore, He reassigns, rebuilds, and releases what has been held back for far too long. Chosen one. The delays you faced were not denials. The closed doors were not punishments. The silent seasons were not abandonment. They were strategy. Every moment that felt like nothing was happening was actually the time when God was laying the foundation for everything that is about to happen. You weren't being ignored. You were being prepared. Heaven had to refine you like gold, not because you were flawed, but because the blessing that's coming is heavy, glorious, and too precious to be placed on an unstable version of you. Many desire breakthrough, but few have the capacity to hold it. You anointed one have been shaped for it. You were stretched, pruned, stripped of illusions, and separated from things that were too small for your calling, so that when the blessing arrives, it crowns you instead of crushing you. What is coming cannot be handed to your old self. That version of you carried too many distractions, too many unnecessary voices, too many emotional attachments to things that were never meant to stay. So heaven pulled you back, reorganized your inner world, and quieted your environment. Not to punish you, but to reposition you for increase. What you called delay was actually divine construction. What you called loss was divine promotion in disguise. What you thought was the end was actually the beginning of divine realignment. Chosen one. I want to speak to you not from theory, but from lived experience. There was a season in my life when every plan fell apart, every opportunity collapsed, every door stayed shut. And I remember feeling like God must have been angry with me, but now I know He wasn't punishing me. He was detoxing me from counterfeit blessings, the things that looked good but had no longevity, the opportunities that sparkled but had no substance, the people who admired me but weren't anointed to walk with me. Heaven removed them all. You cannot recognize what is real until heaven separates you from what is false. That season of isolation wasn't loneliness, it was holiness. God wasn't withholding, He was upgrading, and the same upgrade is now happening in your spirit. You feel the shift. You feel the stirring. You feel the inner pull that you cannot explain. That is not anxiety. That is acceleration. Sudden desires to clean your space, organize your finances, simplify your circle, pray deeper. Cut off old habits, withdraw from noise, crave silence. Chosen one, these aren't mood swings. These are prophetic signals. When heaven prepares to release something monumental, the natural realm around a chosen one begins to tremble. You're not stepping into ordinary provision. You're stepping into kingdom provision wealth, attached to assignment resources, attached to purpose, increase, attached to destiny. This is not money for survival. This is provision for territory ownership, investment, and legacy. And here's what makes this season different. This breakthrough will not distract you from God. It will draw you deeper. It will not inflate your ego. It will sharpen your humility. It will not lead you into recklessness. It will train you in divine discipline. The blessing coming to you is not a temptation. It is a tool. Anointed one, you will not need to convince anyone of your worth. What God is releasing into your hands will speak for itself. It will silence doubters. It will shift atmospheres. It will announce what heaven has already decreed. And you must hear this with clarity. This is not another cycle of almost. This is not another moment of close but not yet. This is not a repeat of disappointment. This is heaven's yes. Your name is being mentioned in places you have not entered. Your favor is being arranged in conversations you have not heard. Your breakthrough is being prepared in rooms where you were not present, yet heaven made sure your name was. Chosen one. What is coming toward you is not random. It is not accidental. It is not luck. It is strategy from heaven. Divine alignment, divine promotion, divine timing. This is the moment God has been preparing you for, a moment where the weight of your past will no longer define you and the stretch of your future will finally make sense. Everything is shifting, everything is aligning, everything is moving into place, and all God needs from you is one thing: availability. This is not the moment to shrink. This is not the moment to doubt. This is the moment to open your hands and declare, Lord, I am ready, because the divine transfer has already begun. And in the next part, Chosen One, you will see exactly how heaven positions a vessel for supernatural promotion and why your old season had to break before your new one could build. Chosen One. Heaven is doing the same with you. God is not just preparing a blessing, He is preparing a builder. Your next season will not be about maintaining what others give you. It will be about establishing what God assigns to you. That is why you feel a new sense of responsibility rising inside your spirit. You are being trained to handle more, not through pressure, but through capacity expansion. Your patience has grown. Your faith has matured. Your discernment has sharpened. You do not react the way you once did. You do not fear the way you once feared. You have been strengthened silently, and now heaven is about to reward you publicly. This is the moment many chosen ones miss because they misinterpret the signs. They think the shaking means something is wrong. But shaking is the sign that something is being released. When heaven loosens what was tied, you will always feel a tremor in your spirit. And lately, you have felt that the sense that something in the unseen realm is shifting on your behalf. That is not imagination. That is movement. Chosen One, you are closer to divine promotion than you realize. Opportunities are aligning, resources are shifting, people are being positioned. Your name is circulating in conversations where decisions are being made, and the doors that were once shut are now recognizing your knock. You are not chasing, you are attracting, because heaven has put a mark on you that cannot be ignored. But hear me with your full spirit, divine provision always arrives with instruction. God does not give without guiding. And in this season, His first instruction is simple but profound: make room. Release what drains your spirit. Clear out what clutters your mind. Let go of the habits that keep you small. Elevation requires space. Overflow requires emptiness. A full cup cannot receive. And God is about to pour something into your life that requires your hands to be empty, your heart to be open, and your spirit to be unburdened. Chosen One, this is your positioning season. And positioning is not glamorous. It is quiet. It is sacred. It is internal. But it is also the most powerful stage of divine increase. Because once heaven finishes preparing the vessel, the blessing does not drip, it pours. And you're on the verge of that pouring. In the next part, Anointed One, I will reveal how heaven accelerates a chosen one's rise and why sudden transitions often appear right before supernatural increase manifests. Chosen One. Now that you understand the power of positioning, you must also understand the reality of heavenly acceleration. When God decides it is time for a chosen one to rise, the shift is never gradual. It is sudden, it is sharp, it is undeniable. And it often appears at the very moment when you feel the least equipped, the least prepared, or the least capable. That is because divine acceleration is never rooted in your strength. It is rooted in God's timing. But here is the mystery of acceleration. Anointed One. Before things speed up, God always slows you down. He does this so you can feel the contrast. When heaven wants to move you 10 steps forward, he often requires you to be still for a moment, not because nothing is happening, but because everything is happening. The stillness was never inactivity. It was alignment. It was calibration. It was heaven pulling back the bowstring so that when he launches you, the trajectory cannot be stopped. Chosen One. Your stillness was not stagnation. It was the setup, and now the shift begins. You might start sensing that certain things are ending without warning: a job, a connection, a season, a routine. Do not panic. Endings are the language of heaven. God ends what no longer carries your assignment. He ends what cannot sustain your blessing. He ends what will collapse under the weight of the increase he is preparing to release. Sudden endings are not loss, they are launch pads. I've been through this myself. There was a moment when God closed a door I had worked years to open. I felt devastated. I felt betrayed by timing. But months later, I realized that if that door had remained open, I would have settled for comfort instead of stepping into calling. Heaven removed the lesser to make room for the greater. It took time for me to see it, but when I did, everything made sense. That experience taught me something I now share with you. Every divine ending is a disguised elevation. And chosen. One that's exactly where you are standing now. This moment in your life is not collapse, it is construction. It is not rejection, it is redirection. It is not confusion, it is recalibration. Something is forming in the invisible realm that will require you to walk differently, think differently, believe differently, and expect differently, because what God is preparing to trust you with will elevate you beyond the limits of your past. But in every acceleration, there is a test, the test of discernment. When heaven is about to release a financial blessing or supernatural shift, the enemy often sends distractions that look like opportunities. These distractions appear right before breakthrough because the enemy knows what you are about to receive. This is why discernment is your greatest weapon right now. Not every open door is divine. Not every offer is heaven sent. Not every invitation is aligned with your assignment. You must listen to your spirit more than your senses. Peace will always be the marker of a divine opportunity. If something forces you to strive, rush, panic, or impress, it is not from God. What is heaven crafted will never require you to abandon who you are to access it. It will feel like recognition, not performance. It will carry clarity, not confusion. It will feel like God, not pressure. Chosen One, your discernment has matured through every battle you've endured. What once deceived you can no longer reach you. The wilderness sharpened your spiritual instincts. The silence trained your hearing. The disappointment trained your sight. Now you recognize heaven's fingerprints even in small things. That is why God can trust you with more, because what you used to misinterpret, you now understand. And now you must prepare for the next stage, divine convergence. This is when multiple things align at the same time: resources, people, opportunities, visibility, timing. You may find that 2 or 3 breakthrough moments arrive simultaneously. This is not coincidence. It is strategy. Heaven moves in clusters, not fragments. When God releases increase, He releases it in waves, not drops. And these waves do not come to drown you, they come to carry you. Chosen one. When divine convergence begins, life starts to feel like acceleration wrapped in peace. Things that once took years take months. Things that once took months take days. Things that once took effort now flow. This is because you are no longer operating from your own strength. You are operating from divine momentum. But before the convergence manifests externally, it begins internally. You may feel a shift in how you think about money, purpose, responsibility, and your future. You may feel called to clean up old patterns: overspending, overgiving, procrastination, doubt, fear. This is not self-improvement. It is spiritual preparation for financial responsibility. God does not pour wealth into unhealed hands. He pours into hands that are ready to steward. And you, anointed one, are becoming that person. Chosen one. Everything around you is shifting because everything assigned to you is being released. You do not need to chase. You only need to obey. The pressure you feel is not a warning. It is an announcement. Heaven is preparing you for the kind of increase that reshapes identity, legacy, and influence. You were not chosen to live small. You were chosen to carry weight. Chosen one. As you move deeper into this divine shift, it becomes crucial that you recognize the exact moment when manifestation begins. Heaven never releases breakthrough silently. It always releases signals. Subtle, gentle, sometimes almost easy to overlook. But to the spirit of the chosen one, these signals are unmistakable. They carry weight, they carry clarity, they carry the unmistakable imprint of God's timing. And the first signal is this: your spirit becomes extremely sensitive, not fragile, sensitive. Suddenly the conversations you once tolerated now feel draining. Environments you once enjoyed now feel misaligned. Things you once overlooked now strike your spirit differently. This sensitivity is not emotional weakness, it is spiritual elevation. Heaven heightens your awareness so you don't miss the doorway when it opens. Chosen one. Discernment intensifies right before divine manifestation. You begin to sense what is no longer for you. You begin to feel uncomfortable where you've outgrown. Your soul rejects what your spirit has graduated from. And this discomfort is not a sign of confusion. It is the sign that your new season is pulling you forward. What once fit can no longer contain you. And then comes the second signal: your atmosphere shifts. Not physically, spiritually. You may suddenly feel waves of peace at random moments, even if your circumstances haven't changed yet. You may wake up with a deeper sense of hope. You may feel a quiet expectation that has no explanation. This is heaven whispering, prepare yourself. Something is being released. This shift is God's way of aligning your internal world with your coming external blessing. Before you can receive increase in your hands, you must receive peace in your spirit. Manifestation always arrives through a doorway called alignment. And right now, that doorway is opening before you. But there is another signal one many overlook: opposition intensifies. Shortly before manifestation, the enemy often attempts to distort your vision or amplify distractions. Suddenly, old temptations reappear. Old fears try to resurrect. Old insecurities begin to whisper again. Not because you are regressing, but because you are progressing. The enemy does not fight what is not rising. The enemy does not attack what is not about to multiply. The enemy does not resist what heaven is not releasing. Chosen one, spiritual warfare before breakthrough is not punishment, it is confirmation. Pressure increases where promise is about to manifest. And the resistance you've felt lately is not a sign that God has forgotten you. It is a sign that God is about to reveal you. I remember walking through this stage myself. There was a period when everything in my life looked still, but my spirit felt active. It was the strangest experience, externally quiet, internally electric. And one day, without warning, doors began to open. Conversations shifted. Opportunities appeared, and everything that once resisted suddenly aligned. That season taught me something I must now tell you. Breakthrough rarely announces itself with noise. It announces itself with recognition. Then the fourth signal arrives: divine connections. Out of nowhere, the right people start to appear. You don't chase them. You don't force anything. Heaven simply places them in your path. These individuals carry information, access, wisdom, or opportunities that propel you forward. Pay attention to the people entering your life during this season. God often wraps increase inside kingdom relationships. And one more signal, anointed one, perhaps the most important instructions begin to surface. God will start speaking to you in very specific ways. It may be to save, to prepare, to invest, to study, to reposition, to say no, to say yes, to shift your circle, to step into something new. These instructions may not make sense at first, but they carry supernatural timing. Obedience is the key that unlocks manifestation. Manifestation does not respond to desire, it responds to alignment. Manifestation does not respond to emotion, it responds to instruction. Manifestation does not respond to impatience, it responds to timing. Chosen. One manifestation begins the moment your spirit says, "Lord, I trust your timing more than my understanding." And once heaven identifies that surrender in you, breakthrough begins to organize itself around your life. And finally, the last signal, your identity shifts. Almost without effort, you begin to think differently about yourself. You no longer see yourself as someone hoping for favor. You begin to see yourself as someone chosen for it. You stop begging for blessings and start preparing for them. You stop fearing change and start expecting it. This inner shift is the greatest sign that heaven has begun manifestation, because destiny always arrives through identity. When you become who God says you are, you attract what God says is yours. Chosen one, breakthrough is not coming, it is activating. Heaven is aligning your spirit, your atmosphere, your connections, and your identity, so that when the moment arrives, nothing can stop what God has already ordained. And if your spirit feels different right now, it's because the season around you has already changed. Chosen one, as heaven begins the unfolding of manifestation in your life, the next step is critical. You must learn how to walk into your breakthrough without fear, without hesitation, and without missing the divine timing God has prepared for you. Many people sabotage their own elevation, not because they are unworthy of it, but because they are unprepared for the weight of what they prayed for. You are not one of them. You are being prepared to walk into increase with clarity, authority, and peace. The first key to walking into manifestation is courage, not loud courage, not dramatic courage, but holy courage, the kind that whispers, "Even if I'm afraid, I will still obey." Breakthrough always requires movement. God can open doors, but He will not force you to walk through them. Fear is often the final barrier between you and the next dimension God has assigned to you. But chosen souls understand this truth. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a sign that you are crossing into territory you've never stepped into before. Chosen one. The very fact that fear rises in your spirit is proof that something unfamiliar is approaching. But unfamiliar is not unsafe. Unfamiliar is uncharted, and the greatest blessings of your life will always be found in territories that look nothing like your past. So when the opportunity appears, don't shrink back. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't wait for permission from people who don't carry your assignment. Courage is the bridge between prophecy and manifestation. The second key is alignment. Manifestation does not come to those who hustle endlessly. It comes to those who align spiritually. Alignment means your thoughts, your habits, your daily choices, and your posture match what you're believing God for. If you believe God is elevating you, you must walk like someone who is being elevated. If you believe God is increasing you financially, you must think like someone who is ready to steward increase. This is not pretending. This is preparation. When I stepped into my own season of manifestation, I had to shift my entire inner world. Not because God needed the change, but because I needed to match the level of what He was releasing. I had to stop speaking doubt. I had to stop settling for almost blessings. I had to stop giving energy to things that didn't multiply me. And as I aligned internally, heaven aligned externally. Opportunities began to locate me. Provision began to find me. This is how manifestation works. It mirrors alignment. The third key, anointed one, is stillness. Not inactivity, but spiritual stillness, the ability to hear clearly, sense deeply, and move only when led. Manifestation requires you to silence the noise. If you allow fear, comparison, or external chaos to dominate your mind, you will misinterpret divine direction. Stillness is what sharpens your discernment, and discernment is what protects you from counterfeits that show up right before breakthrough. You must understand the enemy studies timing. He knows when God is about to elevate a chosen one, and right before manifestation, he often sends distractions disguised as opportunities, quick money, unstable partnerships, tempting shortcuts, or people whose presence disrupts your clarity. Stillness allows your spirit to differentiate between what looks promising and what carries God's peace. Peace will always be your confirmation. Confusion will always be your warning. The fourth key is obedience, not partial obedience, not delayed obedience, but immediate, precise obedience. When heaven releases instruction, even if it seems small or insignificant, it carries supernatural timing. God may tell you to save a particular amount, to step back from a relationship, to reorganize your finances, to start a small project, to apply for something you feel unqualified for. These instructions are not random. They are prophetic triggers designed to unlock movement in the unseen realm. Chosen. One, obedience is not about rule following. It is about synchronization. It brings you into rhythm with heaven's timing. And when you are in rhythm with heaven, nothing can block what God has prepared for you. The fifth key is identity. Breakthrough does not come to those who see themselves as victims or outsiders. Breakthrough comes to those who recognize that they are chosen, equipped, and assigned by God. Your identity shapes your expectation, and your expectation shapes what you allow into your life. A person who knows they are anointed does not settle for crumbs. A person who carries destiny does not allow people to diminish their worth. And a person who understands their assignment does not walk into new seasons with the mindset of old battles. Chosen one. You must walk into your manifestation with the identity heaven has cultivated in you. You are not stepping into this season as someone desperate for a blessing. You are stepping into it as someone who was prepared, refined, and trusted with a blessing. And here is the final key, the one that seals everything: gratitude that precedes manifestation. Gratitude is the sound of faith. It is the posture that tells heaven you are ready. When you thank God before the blessing arrives, you are acknowledging that you trust His timing more than your timeline. You are telling heaven that you believe the promise is already set in motion. Chosen one manifestation is not coming, you are walking into it. And as long as you carry courage, alignment, stillness, obedience, identity, and gratitude, you will not miss what God has assigned to you. You will not be late. You will not fail. You will not be overlooked. Your spirit is ready. Your season is ready. And heaven is ready. Chosen one stepping into breakthrough is powerful, but sustaining breakthrough is where true spiritual maturity begins. Many people experience moments of increase only to fall back into lack because they were not equipped to maintain the elevation heaven placed on their lives. But you are different. You are being prepared not just to receive supernatural elevation, but to sustain it, guard it, multiply it, and walk in it as a lifestyle rather than a moment. To sustain divine increase, the first principle is capacity. Increase requires space, not external space, but internal room. You cannot carry new blessings with old mindsets. You cannot walk in abundance with a scarcity identity. You cannot handle overflow with a survival mentality. This is why God stretched you in the last season, not to break you, but to expand you. Every test, every delay, every pruning moment was enlarging the vessel of your spirit, so heaven could pour more into you without it spilling. Chosen one. You must allow your mind to rise to the level of what God is giving you. Increase is not sustained by money alone. Increase is sustained by mindset. If you think small, your life will shrink to match your thoughts. If you think expansively, boldly, faithfully, strategically, what God places in your hands will begin to multiply. You cannot enter the realm of abundance and think like the version of yourself that once settled for less. Your identity must rise to match the blessing. The second principle for sustaining divine elevation is structure. Blessings flow where order is established. You cannot manage supernatural increase without spiritual and practical systems in place. That may look like healthier routines, clearer priorities, financial stewardship, setting boundaries with people, or giving yourself time to rest and hear from God. Structure is not restriction. Structure is protection. It keeps what God gives you from slipping through your fingers. There was a season in my life when I received a major breakthrough, a promotion, an opportunity, a financial increase. I celebrated, but I did not build structure around it. And within months, the blessing dissolved. Not because it wasn't God, but because I lacked the systems to sustain what heaven had entrusted to me. When the next wave of increase arrived, I made a vow I would never let breakthrough come without building structure to support it. And that decision changed everything. Structure preserved what prayer had obtained. Chosen one. If you want your blessing to last, you must treat it as sacred, not fragile sacred. You must tend to it, nurture it, and honor it as something heaven placed in your hands intentionally. The third principle is consistency. Increase collapses when discipline wavers. This is why God sharpened your character in the seasons where you felt forgotten. He was not punishing you, He was training you. He was teaching you how to remain steadfast when emotions shift, how to stay committed when motivation fades, how to follow through even when no one is watching. Consistency is the force that keeps blessings alive. Divine increase responds to stewardship. What you steward faithfully multiplies. What you neglect diminishes. If heaven sees that you are consistent, heaven continues sending increase. It is not about perfection, it is about commitment, the kind that does not quit when progress is slow, the kind that remains steady even when circumstances fluctuate. The fourth principle is purity of intention. God does not sustain blessings that are rooted in ego or comparison. He sustains blessings that are rooted in purpose. If you want your elevation to last, your motives must stay aligned with heaven. Why you want something matters just as much as what you want. When your intentions are pure, when you desire increase, not to show off, not to impress, not to prove anything, but to fulfill God's assignment on your life, heaven keeps the river of blessing flowing. Purity positions you for longevity. Impurity drains breakthrough before it matures. The fifth principle is connection. No chosen one sustains increase alone. God will place specific people around you, divine helpers, divine advisors, divine encouragers, divine protectors. These people will carry wisdom, discernment, insight, or support that helps stabilize what God is building in you. You must recognize them. You must value them. You must protect those relationships. And you must also release any connection that pulls you backward. Elevation requires the courage to let go of people who cannot walk where you're going. Not because you are above them, but because your assignment is different. Your calling is heavier. Your responsibility is greater. And some relationships, no matter how familiar, cannot sustain the version of you God is unveiling. The sixth principle is generosity. Divine increase is always tied to giving, not giving out of obligation or fear, giving out of alignment and gratitude. When God sees that what He places in your hands flows through you and blesses others, heaven keeps the flow open. Water that moves stays fresh. Water that stagnates becomes stale. Generosity keeps your spirit open, soft, and ready to receive more. It teaches heaven that you are not a reservoir, you are a river. And here is the seventh principle, perhaps the most important: humility. Nothing sustains divine promotion like humility. Humility keeps the heart clean. Humility keeps pride from poisoning breakthrough. Humility keeps you grounded, grateful, and anchored in God's grace. It reminds you that everything you have is not luck, not coincidence, not human brilliance, but divine orchestration. All chosen. 1. Heaven is not preparing you for a moment. Heaven is preparing you for a lifestyle of abundance, a lifestyle of clarity, a lifestyle of purpose, a lifestyle of increase that does not collapse under pressure, but continues expanding as you grow spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Chosen one. There is a sacred moment in every divine elevation where breakthrough becomes irreversible. A moment where the shift is no longer forming, it is sealed. A moment when what God ordained for you can no longer be delayed, derailed, or denied. And you must understand the signs of this moment, because when it arrives, everything in your life begins to move with supernatural force. The first sign that your breakthrough has crossed into the realm of irreversibility is this: your spirit becomes calm, even when nothing has physically changed yet. It is a peace that defies logic, a peace that overrides anxiety, a peace that tells you the outcome is already secured. You are not hoping anymore, you are knowing. That quiet confidence is not arrogance, it is spiritual evidence. When heaven seals something, your spirit receives the confirmation before your eyes see the manifestation. Chosen one, that peace is not passive, it is prophetic. It is the whisper of heaven saying, "You cannot lose what I have already delivered." And once your spirit locks into this peace, your environment begins to adjust itself to match what God has released. Then comes the second sign, divine interruptions. This is when unexpected events, sudden shifts, or unusual opportunities appear out of nowhere. People you have never met begin to mention your name. An email arrives that changes direction. A conversation opens a door you didn't seek. These interruptions are not coincidences, they are angelic movements. They are the fingerprints of heaven rearranging your life in real time. When breakthrough becomes irreversible, God does not ask permission from your circumstances. He simply moves. And when he moves, everything else must bow to the timeline he has set. The third sign of irreversible breakthrough is closure without explanation. Suddenly, certain seasons end. Certain connections dissolve. Certain routines lose their relevance. You don't even feel sadness about it, you feel release. This is God cutting ties with anything that cannot survive in the environment of your new elevation. Not everyone who walked with you can carry the weight of who you are becoming. Some doors must shut so new ones can open. Some relationships must fade so your spirit can expand. I experienced this myself in a season where God was accelerating me. People I once leaned on simply drifted out of my life. Opportunities I once prayed for suddenly disappeared. At first, I didn't understand. But when the breakthrough manifested, I realized God had removed anything that would have drained, distracted, or destabilized me. Closure was not loss. Closure was protection. Chosen one. If you feel God removing things quickly and without warning, do not panic. That is a sign your blessing has already been approved. The fourth sign is ease. Not ease meaning no effort, ease meaning no struggle. Things that were locked before now open effortlessly. Conversations once difficult now flow. What required striving now unfolds with grace. Heaven's momentum is behind you, and when heaven pushes, nothing can resist the flow. Divine ease is one of the clearest signs that your breakthrough has already anchored in the unseen realm. The fifth sign is renewed strength. Not strength you must force, but strength that rises from within you without explanation. You wake up lighter. You think clearer. You move with purpose. You feel hope returning in areas where hope once died. This strength is not natural, it is supernatural. When God seals a blessing, He also imparts the stamina required to sustain it. You are not fighting for breakthrough anymore, you are preparing to hold it. Another sign that your elevation is irreversible is silenced warfare. The attacks that once tormented you suddenly lose their impact. What once triggered you no longer moves you. The enemy may still try, but there is no sting. This is because breakthrough has already been established, and the enemy can no longer sabotage what has shifted in the spirit. When your blessing becomes irreversible, the battle loses power. Chosen one. When you feel the warfare quieting, understand heaven has already won the battle for you. There is also the sign of divine acceleration. What used to take months begins happening in days. What once took days begins happening in hours. Breakthrough starts unfolding back to back. You do not have time to process one blessing before another appears. This is not chaos, this is convergence. Heaven is releasing everything that was delayed in one concentrated season of favor. Irreversible breakthrough always arrives quickly, because once God opens the gate, every blessing tied to your name rushes through at once. The seventh sign is identity shift. You begin to think differently, walk differently, speak differently. not out of pride, but out of alignment. You no longer see yourself as someone waiting for destiny to happen. You see yourself as someone carrying destiny. This shift is crucial because once breakthrough becomes irreversible, your identity must match your assignment. And the final sign, the one that seals it all, is confirmation after confirmation. You may receive repeated signs, repeated dreams, repeated prophetic nudges, repeated divine reminders. Heaven keeps echoing the same message because God wants you to walk forward boldly without doubt. When breakthrough is irreversible, heaven becomes loud. Chosen. One, hear this deeply. You have crossed into a season where what God promised is no longer forming, it is unfolding. Nothing can stop what has been released. No delay can interfere with divine timing. No opposition can reverse what heaven has set in motion. Your breakthrough is not fragile, it is fortified. Your elevation is not temporary, it is established. Your increase is not conditional, it is ordained. Chosen. Once breakthrough manifests, your life enters a new spiritual landscape, one that requires wisdom, maturity, and intentional stewardship. The blessing you prayed for is not the finish line. It is the beginning of a divine assignment. Many lose what heaven gives because they celebrate more than they prepare. They enjoy more than they protect, and they receive more than they understand. But you are not like them. You are being trained to carry, guard, grow, and multiply everything God places in your hands. The first principle you must understand after breakthrough is this: your environment must change to match your elevation. You cannot maintain a new blessing in an old atmosphere. The conversations you participate in, the people you surround yourself with, and the habits you entertain must reflect where you are going, not where you came from. Breakthrough will always expose misalignment. You may notice that certain friendships feel heavy now, certain routines feel too small, certain voices feel distracting. That is not arrogance, it is discernment. When God elevates you, He also elevates your standards. Chosen one, your breakthrough demands boundaries, not walls, not isolation boundaries. Boundaries that protect your energy, your focus, your time, and your spirit. People who once had easy access to you may no longer have that privilege, not because you love them less, but because your assignment requires more. Heaven did not bless you so others could drain you. Heaven blessed you so you could build. And now comes the second principle: stewardship. Once breakthrough arrives, the way you handle it determines whether God can trust you with more. Stewardship is not merely managing what you received, it is honoring it. It is treating the blessing as something sacred, not casual. This means organizing your finances, learning new skills, investing wisely, maintaining discipline, and refusing to fall back into old patterns of mismanagement. Blessings are seeds, not decorations. What you steward multiplies. What you neglect eventually dries up. I experienced this myself. There was a season when God released a major financial increase into my life. At first, I celebrated, I enjoyed it, but I did not steward it. I did not develop structure, discipline, or boundaries, and slowly the blessing slipped away. It wasn't until the next wave of increase came that I understood breakthrough is not sustained by excitement, it is sustained by responsibility. From that day on, I learned to treat everything God gives me with reverence, and what I honored heaven multiplied. The third principle for sustaining breakthrough is focus. Promotion requires a level of concentration you may not have needed before. God will open doors, but it is your responsibility to walk through them with consistency. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. After breakthrough, you must guard your focus like a treasure. This means saying no more, often choosing purpose over comfort, and protecting your mind from negativity, comparison, and spiritual clutter. Chosen one, do not allow the noise of life to dilute the clarity God has given you. Breakthrough brings visibility, and visibility brings distraction. Guard your focus so you do not lose your direction. Then comes the fourth principle: expansion. God never blesses you just to maintain. He blesses you to grow, to cultivate, to enlarge, to rise, to step into influence, opportunity, and purpose on a bigger scale. Expansion may mean starting something new, entering unfamiliar territory, investing in something bigger, or stepping into leadership. Do not shrink when God calls you higher. Breakthrough is not meant to be comfortable, it is meant to be catalytic. Chosen one, your next level will stretch you. It will require you to think differently, move differently, and operate with a higher level of intentionality. The blessing you received is a foundation, not the ceiling. Heaven wants to build something lasting with you, something that impacts others, something that develops legacy, something that outlives your lifetime. But expansion requires one more principle: humility in elevation. When God blesses you, you must stay grounded. Humility does not mean shrinking or pretending you are smaller than you are. It means recognizing that everything you have is the result of God's grace, not human effort alone. Humility keeps the heart clean. Humility keeps the spirit soft. Humility keeps heaven trusting you with more. Anointed one, never allow success to distance you from the source of your success. Honor God privately, and He will honor you publicly. Stay teachable. Stay prayerful. Stay surrendered. Stay grateful. The next principle is persistence. Breakthrough gives you momentum, but persistence keeps you moving. There will be days where the path feels unclear or the blessing feels overwhelming. This is normal. Promotion stretches you in ways you have not experienced before. But persistence, steady, faithful persistence, guarantees that you will not fall back into old patterns. Persistence turns breakthrough into lifestyle. Chosen one, you are not being elevated for a moment. You are being elevated for a mission, and missions require endurance. Finally, the last principle for carrying breakthrough well is spiritual covering. Stay connected to God. Stay connected to wisdom. Stay connected to the voice of the Holy Spirit. The higher God elevates you, the quieter He may require you to become, not to silence you, but to sharpen you. Divine increase requires divine guidance, and the more you receive, the more you will need heaven's direction. Chosen one, your breakthrough is not fragile, it is not temporary, it is not unstable. You have been trained for this, shaped for this, refined for this. God did not bring you into this season to watch you lose what He gave you. He brought you into it so you could grow, influence, establish, and multiply. Chosen one, when God elevates you, He is not only increasing what you have, He is expanding who you are. With breakthrough comes a mantle, a spiritual weight of influence that carries responsibility, authority, and impact. This mantle is not given to everyone. It is reserved for those who have been tested, refined, purified, and proven faithful in hidden seasons. And now, heaven is preparing to place this mantle upon you. The first thing you must understand about divine influence is this: your voice begins to carry spiritual weight. Not because you speak louder, but because you speak from a deeper place. People begin to listen differently. Your words hold clarity, direction, even healing. You may notice that individuals seek you out for guidance, encouragement, or wisdom, not because you asked for influence, but because your breakthrough has made you a lighthouse. Light does not try to attract. It simply shines, and everything in darkness finds it. chosen one. When God elevates you, your life becomes a message. Your progress becomes prophecy. Your transformation becomes testimony. People begin to watch how you move, how you speak, how you decide, how you respond. This is not pressure, it is purpose. Heaven is using your elevation to awaken others, inspire others, and draw others into the reality of God's faithfulness. The second aspect of this mantle is spiritual authority. Influence is external, but authority is internal. Authority is what happens when heaven trusts you with impact. It is the quiet confidence that settles in your spirit, the sense that you are no longer walking alone, the awareness that heaven backs your steps. Authority is knowing that when you speak, things shift. When you pray, things move. When you step forward, spiritual doors open. Authority does not come from personality, it comes from alignment. I saw this happen in my own life. When God took me through stretching seasons, it was painful. But later I realized that those seasons were not punishment, they were impartation. Every battle I endured added weight to my words. Every disappointment added depth. Every delay added wisdom, and when breakthrough finally came, I stepped into influence without forcing it. Heaven had already prepared the room. Chosen one. You are entering a season where your presence will shift atmospheres, not because of human admiration, but because of divine endorsement. Favor will surround you. Doors will open for you. People will feel drawn to the grace on your life. This is what influence looks like when it is anointed. It is effortless. But influence does not exist for comfort. It exists for assignment. The third dimension of this mantle is impact, the tangible evidence of heaven moving through you. God is not elevating you solely for your own breakthrough. He is elevating you so you can build, lead, establish, and unlock things for others. Some of the doors God opens for you will not be just for you. They will be doors you hold open for those behind you. Your financial increase will bless more than your home. Your wisdom will strengthen more than your own decisions. Your testimony will deliver more than your own heart. Your obedience will shift more than your own future. Impact is the overflow of alignment. The fourth dimension of this mantle is visibility. When God elevates a chosen one, He does not hide them, He positions them. Visibility is not fame. Visibility is placement. It means being seen by the right people at the right time for the right purpose. It means your name enters conversations you did not attend. It means your gift reaches places your feet have not stepped. It means heaven amplifies your influence at the moment when impact matters most. Chosen one, do not fear visibility. You were not anointed to be hidden forever. You were hidden until heaven finished preparing you. Now when visibility comes, it will not shake your identity, it will reveal it. The fifth dimension of divine influence is legacy. Heaven never elevates a chosen one temporarily. The breakthrough you are entering is not a momentary surge. It is the beginning of a legacy shift. This means your decisions, your stewardship, your wisdom, and your obedience will outlive you. What God builds through you in this season will ripple through generations. It may show up as financial stability, spiritual influence, expanded territory, or an assignment that blesses many long after you are gone. Legacy is breakthrough that continues multiplying, and legacy requires vision. Breakthrough gives you access, but vision gives you direction. God is awakening dreams inside you. Dreams you abandoned, dreams you outgrew, dreams you didn't believe you were worthy of. These dreams are returning because heaven is breathing on them again. You are not dreaming randomly. You are remembering what your spirit always knew. Finally, the last dimension of this mantle is accountability to heaven. Influence without accountability becomes corruption. Authority without accountability becomes arrogance, but influence under heaven's guidance becomes transformation. You must stay anchored in prayer, grounded in truth, surrendered in humility, and obedient to the voice of God. This is what keeps your influence clean, your authority pure, and your purpose sharp. Chosen one. Heaven is not elevating you to show you off. Heaven is elevating you to use you. You are stepping into a season where your life will carry the fragrance of God's goodness. You will inspire without trying. You will lead without forcing. You will influence without striving. Because this mantle is not something you created, it is something heaven entrusted to you. Chosen one. Now that heaven has placed a mantle of influence upon your life, you must learn how to walk in it, stabilize it, and expand it. Influence is not a moment, it is a spiritual assignment. And this assignment cannot be carried casually. You are stepping into a realm where your decisions shape more than your destiny. They shape the destinies of those connected to you. When God elevates a chosen one, He sets them as a pillar, a voice, a lighthouse, a gatekeeper of breakthrough. And this responsibility requires intentionality, discipline, and deep spiritual awareness. The first principle for walking in your mantle is confidence without arrogance. True spiritual authority is quiet, it is steady, it is rooted, not loud. You do not need to force your voice. You do not need to convince anyone of who you are. A chosen one does not announce influence, influence reveals itself. The doors that open for you in this season will open not because you demanded them, but because heaven has endorsed you. Walk with your shoulders back, your head lifted, and your spirit anchored not in ego, but in identity. Humility is not shrinking. Humility is standing tall while remembering who elevated you. The second principle is spiritual sensitivity. Influence requires discernment on a level you have never needed before. Not every opportunity will be divine. Not every invitation will align with your assignment. Not every admirer will have pure intentions. The greater your visibility, the more distractions will circle around you. This is why your spirit must remain sharp. You must learn to identify what carries God's fingerprint and what carries mere appearance. Peace will always guide you. Pressure will always warn you. When something is from God, it aligns your spirit before it impresses your mind. Chosen one, do not rush decisions in this season. Impact magnifies consequences. A careless yes can detour destiny. A misplaced alliance can drain momentum. A distracted mind can shrink your influence. Heaven is trusting you with territory, so you must treat every step as strategic. Influence is not given for wandering. It is given for assignment. Now comes the third principle, emotional stability. Elevation will expose every place within you that is still reactive, insecure, or unhealed. And that is not punishment, it is preparation. When God increases your influence, He increases the pressure around you, not to crush you, but to reveal your strengths and refine your weak spots. You must master your emotions so they do not master your movement. Leaders led by emotions scatter. Leaders led by wisdom gather. You are entering a realm where your inner world becomes the engine of your outer impact. Stability is your strength. Consistency is your currency. The fourth principle for expanding influence is strategic solitude. There will be moments where heaven pulls you into quietness, not because something is wrong, but because you need clarity. Clarity does not come in noise. Clarity comes in stillness. Influence requires you to withdraw enough to hear God's voice above every other sound. Chosen one, do not fear the seasons where heaven hides you briefly. Hiddenness is how mantles grow stronger. Jesus withdrew often, not because he was weak, but because assignment demands rest, reflection, and divine recalibration. The fifth principle is wisdom-driven stewardship. Influence is not sustained by excitement or charisma. It is sustained by steady, thoughtful stewardship of your finances, your relationships, your opportunities, your time, your mindset, your body, and your spiritual health. You cannot carry divine authority with human chaos. What you do daily shapes what heaven can entrust to you. God watches how you handle small things before increasing large things. Excellence is not an act. It is a posture. Steward what you have with such honor that heaven sees you as a reliable vessel for more. And then comes the sixth principle, expansion through service. Influence is never about spotlight. Influence is about service. It is about what you build, what you contribute, what you deposit into the world. A chosen one does not rise to be admired. They rise to lift others. They rise to break barriers. They rise to open doors. They rise to model what obedience looks like. When God expands you, He expects you to pour into others from the overflow, not from depletion. Expansion is sustained when your influence multiplies others, not just yourself. The seventh principle is financial intelligence and spiritual maturity working together. This is the secret many overlook. Increase will come, opportunities will come, resources will come. But what keeps the blessing flowing is the union of spiritual discernment and practical wisdom. You must learn how to manage, invest, save, build, and multiply what God gives you, not in fear, but in faith-driven clarity. Money is not the blessing, it is the tool. And heaven does not pour tools into unprepared hands. As your influence grows, your financial maturity must grow with it. You are not being prepared for survival, you are being prepared for stewardship on a kingdom scale. Chosen one. The eighth principle is this: protect your authenticity. Influence will tempt you to mold yourself to others' expectations. But heaven elevated you because of who you truly are, not who the world wants you to be. Your authenticity is your anointing. The moment you dilute yourself to fit in, you lose the frequency that makes your voice powerful. Stay true to your essence. Stay true to your calling. Stay true to the fire God placed inside you. Authenticity attracts destiny. And finally, the ninth principle, never stop growing. Influence is not a destination. It is a continuous unfolding. The moment you stop learning is the moment your influence stops expanding. Read, study, reflect, seek wisdom, ask questions, surround yourself with people who challenge you to think higher and move deeper. Growth keeps your spirit sharp. Growth keeps your influence relevant. Growth keeps heaven increasing your territory. Chosen one, hear this with your entire being. You were not elevated by accident. You were not chosen by coincidence. You were not promoted randomly. Heaven saw your faithfulness in private. Heaven saw your tears in silence. Heaven saw your surrender in hidden places. And now heaven says, rise. Walk in what I have given you. Not timidly, not fearfully, but boldly, wisely, and righteously. Your influence is not a season, it is a mantle. And this mantle will follow you, shape you, guide you, and expand you for the rest of your life. Chosen one. Now that you are carrying a mantle of influence and walking in divine elevation, the next phase of your journey is learning how to protect what heaven has placed upon you. Breakthrough is powerful. Promotion is powerful. Authority is powerful. But nothing attracts spiritual attention like a chosen one stepping fully into purpose. This is why heaven must now teach you how to guard your mantle, your atmosphere, your clarity, and your spiritual stability. Because influence not protected becomes influence attacked. The first principle in protecting your mantle is atmospheric discernment. Not every room can hold your anointing. Not every environment can support your growth. Not every conversation deserves access to your spirit. As you rise, you will notice your sensitivity increasing. Certain spaces that once felt harmless now feel heavy. Certain people who once felt comfortable now feel draining. Certain activities that once felt neutral now feel misaligned. This is heaven warning you, guard your atmosphere. Influence requires purity of space. The atmosphere you dwell in becomes the atmosphere that dwells in you. Chosen one, be selective with proximity. Your spirit is no longer common. God has separated you. God has branded you. God has marked you. And where you place your presence matters. Protect your peace the way a warrior protects his weapon. Your mantle thrives in environments of clarity, reverence, and intention. The second principle is protecting your focus. Distraction is the enemy's oldest weapon because distraction is the opposite of destiny. The devil does not need to destroy you to stop you. He only needs to distract you. This is why, as your influence grows, you will begin to notice new temptations, unnecessary arguments, emotional triggers, sudden conflicts, draining relationships, and opportunities designed to pull you off course. These are not coincidences. They are spiritual attempts to scatter your focus and dissolve your consistency. The third principle for guarding your elevation is controlling spiritual access. Not everyone should know what God is doing in your life. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams, your direction, your strategy, your sensitivity. There are people who love your potential but fear your elevation. There are people who clap for your growth but secretly hope you don't surpass them. There are people who appear supportive but carry spirits that conflict with your assignment. Chosen one. Your mantle is not public property. It is heaven's investment. Guard your revelation. Protect your prophetic insight. Share only with those who carry purity, wisdom, and alignment. Jesus himself shared differently depending on who he was speaking to: the crowds, the disciples, the three, and the Father. You must learn the same levels of sacred discretion. The fourth principle is maintaining spiritual clarity. Clarity is the chosen one's greatest advantage. When your clarity is sharp, decisions become simple, discernment becomes quick, instructions become undeniable. But when clarity is clouded, the mind becomes vulnerable. Confusion is not a mental issue, it is a spiritual attack designed to distort direction. This is why you must protect what enters your eyes, your ears, your mind, and your spirit. The fifth principle is spiritual boundaries with people. As you rise, you will notice a strange pattern. Some people will draw closer because they recognize the glow of God on you, while others will distance themselves because your transformation confronts their stagnation. Do not chase those who pull away. Do not entertain those who resent your growth. And do not feel guilty for outgrowing relationships that refuse to evolve. The sixth principle for protecting your influence is mastering emotional discipline. Emotionally unstable. Chosen ones become spiritually vulnerable. As you rise, you must not allow anger, offense, or impulsivity to sabotage your elevation. The enemy will attempt to provoke you through people, through misunderstandings, through frustrations, because he knows that if he can control your emotions, he can control your decisions. The seventh principle is continuous spiritual renewal. Influence drains, leadership drains, visibility drains. Carrying a mantle is beautiful, but it is weighty. You cannot pour endlessly without refilling. Renewal is not luxury, it is necessity. Spend time with God daily. Feed your spirit consistently. Rest your mind intentionally. Your influence will only be as strong as your connection to the source. The 8th principle is guarding your humility. Pride is the enemy's favorite snare for those elevated by God. Pride whispers, "You did this yourself." Pride hides behind success. Pride destroys destiny quietly, and pride creates cracks in the mantle that allow the enemy access. Protect humility by remembering who carried you, who healed you, who promoted you, who lifted you, who transformed you. Your elevation was not coincidence, it was mercy. The 9th principle is financial protection. When God releases financial elevation, you must guard it spiritually and practically. Do not spend emotionally. Do not invest impulsively. Do not give beyond spiritual instruction. Do not use increase to soothe old wounds. Wealth must be stewarded, protected, and multiplied. You are not being given resources for excitement. You are being given resources for assignment. And lastly, the 10th principle, protect your vision with unwavering faith. The greater the vision, the greater the warfare. But the greater the warfare, the greater the reward. Do not allow delays to weaken your belief. Do not allow criticism to shrink your confidence. Do not allow temporary silence to make you doubt permanent promises. Your vision is not fantasy, it is prophecy, and prophecy must be protected. Chosen one, your mantle is sacred, your influence is sacred, your breakthrough is sacred. And heaven is teaching you how to protect it so that nothing, no voice, no distraction, no circumstance, and no attack can interfere with what God has entrusted to you. Chosen one. As we come to the close of this message, let your spirit stay open, steady, and surrendered. Heaven has not spoken to stir your emotions. Heaven has spoken to position your life. You are standing in your kairos moment, the divinely chosen intersection where preparation meets fulfillment, where waiting becomes unfolding, where promise becomes manifestation. Anointed one, you are not stepping into possibility. You are stepping into prophecy already in motion. The transfer has begun. The atmosphere around you is shifting, aligning, and preparing to reveal what God has been shaping for you in secrecy. What once felt distant is now drawing near. What once felt delayed is now accelerating. What once felt hidden is now rising to meet you. Walk forward with reverence. Walk forward with peace. Speak blessings over your home, your future, and the covenant God is preparing for you. You have sown, you have surrendered, you have endured, and now heaven calls you ready. Every seed planted in tears is returning as a harvest of joy. Chosen one, remain faithful in the unseen. Keep your spirit pure, your heart open, and your posture aligned. What God joins, reveals, or releases in this season will not slip through your hands. You are stepping into something sacred, something sealed, something undeniably yours. If this word echoed your spirit, let heaven hear your agreement in the comments. And if you feel led, subscribe and stay connected. This is a journey we walk together as chosen ones.